This year, we went into depths about the hero's journey and the struggles, victories, and transformation each hero overcomes and achieves. What I learned is that while each journey is different in its own unique way, the things that tie us together are that we all need someone in our lives and that each of us learn lessons from our journeys. Our experiences shape us to become who we are now and who we will be in 50 years. People play an important role in our journey. Sometimes we do have to walk our journey alone, but it is people along the way who push and motivate us to keep going. They teach us important lessons that we wouldn't otherwise learn by ourselves. In A Perfect Day for a Banana Fish, Salinger taught us about the loss of innocence and materialism. Society often finds material things to be more valuable than relationships. However, material things can only go so far. In the end, we are only remembered by the connections and bonds we've made and not by the money in our bank account. We should not be materialistic. Instead, we should focus on those we love, because during the bad times, it's not money that's going to comfort us, but the people we love who will. From Tuesdays with Maury, Mitch learns that people stay. Money does not. Thus, for however many days we have on this earth, we should spend it with those who matter the most in our lives. Similarly, in A Lesson Before Dying, the author describes a scene where the African American community comes together as one to support a fellow friend. These people were struggling through the hard times, but as long as they have someone with them, it seems like they can overcome any challenges they are presented with. Though they didn't have many things, they had hope, and they had each other. It is hope that keeps us going. At times when we have hit rock bottom and it seems like there is no climbing up, hope gives us that little boost. Hope allows us to feel better and to be optimistic at a time when being both just seems impossible. But who gives us that hope? It is the people who do. They are there to support us and for us to lean on them in times of despair. In Kite Runner, Rahim Khan serves as a mentor for Amir, who deeply regretted what he had done to his half-brother, Hassan. Khan guided Amir back to Afghanistan and led him towards forgiveness. In the end, I think it was Khan's hope and belief in Amir to face his past that enabled Amir to eventually forgive himself. As you can see, without hope, we develop a negative mindset that eventually leads us to become bitter and angry at the world. Despite this, one thing I know for sure is that the past does not have to define us. We make our own future. Fate plays a little bit of a role in it, but in the end, it is us who make the choices and decisions. Our lives are our own and nobody else's. In 7 Pounds and Kite Runner, both protagonists made mistakes, big ones that seemed unforgivable, and because of this, they have spent most of their life regretting it or wondering all the what-ifs. And I think that thinking like that holds us back. It prevents us from taking that step forward, because the past always seems to pull us back. And it happens because we are letting it. Both Amir and Ben made mistakes, but they're humans. It's in humans' nature to make mistakes. The key thing is to learn from those mistakes and forgive ourselves along the way. The things that I learned are that asking for forgiveness is hard, but forgiving ourselves is much more difficult, and that redemption seems impossible if we are alone. Our past seems to always have a hold on us. Our past failures, disappointments, even achievements seems to follow us everywhere. It haunts us like ghosts. However, we do not belong to our past. We are not defined by it. The past is a piece of who we are, but it's not the whole puzzle. For Amir in Kite Runner and Ben in 7 Pounds, the past becomes a burden, one they continue to hide from. But what those two have in common is that they want others to forgive them, but they won't even forgive themselves. Forgiveness does not erase the past. Rather, it helps us move past it and help us realize that it's what we do now that matters and it's how we do it. Once we have done this, it means that we have accepted the past for what it was and not what it could have been. As a result, we are able to move on and be happy. Once we take this step, redemption seems more attainable. Another thing that factors into this is the idea of not being alone. Surrounding ourselves with people who offer their unconditional love and support helps us look at our mistakes from a different perspective. It gives us hope and belief that what we do is worthy. People help us realize that we are worthy of forgiveness, that we can reach redemption and atone for our sins. As you can see, forming and having strong relationships help us survive emotionally and physically. We need people to love and for them to love us back. Our journey, our experience, and who we are tied to the people who helped us along the way.